this morning, the High Court was pleased to grant orders in the form of conservatory orders, barring the NTSA from implementing the system, rolling it out, or in any manner imposing any fines whatsoever on any Kenyan with regards to the cameras and the systems that they had put up on highways. Reason being that this system was rolled out without consulting the law insofar as the rules that govern automated decision makers are concerned as under the Data Protection Act. Secondly, the NTSA has not made us aware where the fines are being channeled to, because we have the NTSA fund and we similarly have the judiciary fund where ordinarily fines that arise from criminal processes are usually channeled. So we are not aware where the money is being taken. And similarly, it is an unlawful taking over of the jurisdiction of the ODPP insofar as the NTSA purports to institute criminal proceedings against motorists. For this reason, the judge was pleased to grant us orders barring this system from being rolled out and has directed service upon the respondents and ordered that we appear before him on the 9th day of April 2026, where we shall take directions as to how to quickly resolve the dispute and perhaps see the way forward.
Now, we lodged a three-prong attack on the recently rolled out NTSA instant fine traffic systems, which saw the automation of instant fines. The first ambit, or the first umbrella in which we lodged this petition under, was Article 50 of the Constitution, which demands that every person has the right to a fair hearing and fair administrative action. Now, through the imposition of these fines, what we see is that motorists are being fined on the spot. And then thereafter, they come back and tell us that after you've been fined, you can be able to come and try, and you can come back and try to defend yourself. What this action does is reverse the purpose of administrative action. The Constitution says, first of all, you are heard, and then sanctions are imposed upon you, not the other way around. The second umbrella is Article 157 of the Constitution, which gives the DPP prosecutorial powers. Therefore, what happens in this instance, or rather what is currently ongoing with this instant traffic system, is that it is somehow and somewhat removing the constitutional mandate of the prosecution and giving it to itself, and therefore the prosecution, or rather the DPP, has had its mandate curtailed by this system. Thirdly and finally is Section 50 of the Traffic Act, which gives administrative schedule on how the fines of motorists who offend traffic rules ought to appear and be conducted before instant fines or other sanctions are imposed. First is that you are summoned within 14 days of the fine, or sorry, you are summoned within 14 days of the offense, or two, you are given a warning at the commission of such or rather any particular offense, or three, you are given an intention to prosecute. Therefore, this instant traffic fine management system comes and does away with that law. No explanation whatsoever has been offered by the relevant public authorities as to why we are violating and going against already what is in the statutory ambit of what Kenyans know. Therefore, we call upon every motorist, every Kenyan, that we are here to defend the rights of motorists. If any of you receives an instant fine, you have the moral and civil and even the legal obligation to refuse to pay that fine. Therefore, let nobody harass motorists, as this is a matter where conservatory orders have already been issued, and therefore no motorist should be instantly fined with what has been recently rolled out.
Is that yesterday Sheria Mtaani portal received more than 600 requests for us to take up this matter. These are 600,000 Kenyans who petitioned to us to take up the matter on their behalf. Their cries are monumental. We agreed to take up this matter. Among the issues that we have put to the court and we are putting to the country is one, about speeding. Courts listen to an accused person. You take plea, you give circumstances that made you overspeed. I'll give 5 scenarios. Ambulances will not drive at the normal speed. They are going to be fined. We are now going to have ambulances going at a snail's speed, and very many Kenyans and the mothers who are going to give birth at Pumwani will die. The second issue is the circumstances, especially now when we have floods. People are driving alert that floods can come from behind. So if you see a flood, storm water coming, are you going to drive at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour? You will have to overspeed to save your life. Third, criminal arms. Criminals sometimes want to carjack motorists. People drive so fast to rush to police stations to save their life. And very many situations, and that's why the law allowed that after you have taken plea, you are given time to explain. In this instant situation, there is no plea taking. Number 2, under the laws of this republic, all prosecutorial processes are governed by the Criminal Procedure Code. The Criminal Procedure Code and the Constitution of Kenya mandates only the judiciary to impose fines. NTSA is an arm of the executive power of the state. The state cannot, through NTSA, impose fines. That is making the judiciary lose its mandate under the 2010 Constitution. 3, the mandate to prosecute anybody who has committed a traffic offense is a mandate of the Director of Public Prosecution under Article 157. The Director of Public Prosecution has been removed from these processes. And we are saying that cannot be the practice as we are saying. Third, under the law, fines are static. Once you have been fined 10,000 shillings, it does not attract interest. Government has no business to get interest from its own citizens. You are fined 7,000 shillings, you are given 7 days to pay. Failure to that, then that fine continues to increase, to attract interest. Under which law? You are either fined 10,000 shillings or 200 shillings and you pay that. So that is an illegality and a government that has turned to extort from its own citizens. Next, we are told if you fail to pay, you will never transact on NTSA portal.